Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Maddie and I'm really excited about this video. Lately I've been really wanting to introduce a little bit more fun into this channel and into my design practice in general. So today I thought it would be fun to kind of go back to my roots, which is logo design. So if you don't know how I got into design, it was really through branding and packaging, and I still absolutely love those things, but it's kind of been a while since I flexed those muscles. So I thought that a fun way to kind of dust off my pen tool for the first time would be to redesign some popular health and wellness logos. I saw Kel Lauren do a video kind of like this and it really inspired me. So after this video, if you haven't checked out their channel, I would highly recommend it. Okay, let's just get started. I might be here for a while, so I made myself an iced chai, and let's look at what logos we're going to be redesigning today. So I thought that I would kind of vary it up a little bit. We're going to do 3. The first one we'll do is Kleenex, then we'll do Fitbit, and then Thrive Market. Kleenex is one that's kind of been in our lives for many years, so I thought that one would be fun to tackle. Fitbit definitely has a tech aspect to it, and then Thrive Market is a little bit of a newer, trendier brand. So I think these are going to be really fun. Okay, so for this first one, for Kleenex, I was thinking of keeping it really kind of like fun. And so the words that I came up with for this were quirky, fun, clean, fresh, and then I just added in like tissue paper. And the reason I said that is because I'm going for kind of like a cut paper geometric look with this. So yeah, and you can see over here what sort of the evolution of the logo type for this looks like. So brand was founded in 1924 and it looked like this, which is kind of cool. And you can see how it evolved from there. And they kind of landed on this brighter blue color, which I kind of like. It definitely looks clean. I think something I don't want to lose in this is that like clean feel. I don't want it to get too earthy, because the point of Kleenex is to, you know, like clean your nose, like wipe your nose. So you wouldn't want the brand to feel anything but clean. Yeah, so I think where I'm starting with this, these are sort of my inspiration pictures. I really liked this E here, so I might try to play around with something for that. And again, this is sort of the cut paper geometric shape going on. I also like a lot of these colors too. And yeah, and just a logo that I really like that's super geometric is the Zendesk logo. It makes a Z just using these shapes that are kind of symmetrical. So if you folded it on this line, then it would line up. So that's kind of cool. It's just a really well done logo. So in the time I have, I'm probably not going to make anything quite as good as that, but we're going to try. So let's start out with just the type for this. So when I'm doing this, it's really just a starting point. And sorry if you can hear my dog snoring. She's sitting right next to me. But it's really just a jumping off point. I think I'm going to do some custom type for this. So I just want a font that's going to be kind of like a simple geometric, good place to start. You're gonna notice that I tend to try out a lot of different ideas, and more often than not, they don't work out. Like, they just look stupid. And it takes me a while, pretty much every time I design something, especially a logo, to get into a groove and to get to somewhere that I like. So you're gonna see a bunch of concepts that don't end up working out, and then finally you'll see that I kind of get it together and I find something that I really think is working. So I got to this point now. I'm thinking it would be cool. You see this shape in here kind of lends itself to like half of a diamond or like a sparkle. And since we're going for kind of like a clean look, I was wondering if I could make the X using two of these shapes, and then be able to have like this little sparkle on the end. And then even the K could have a sparkle here as sort of like a simplified logo. So let's try that. So I'm just getting rid of these anchor points. Cool. And then usually it's best to get rid of as many as you possibly can to keep it simple. And then I'm just going to reflect this, which I need to figure out what the shortcut for that is, but maybe later. And then it's just a matter, oops, let's make sure these are completely lined up. There we go. Okay, now it's just a matter of making it kind of the right width. Actually, I think that's pretty good. So now I'm going to replace this. Cool. I think that looks good, and it just makes it even more consistent too. I'm not totally in love with this whole thing. Like, I feel like it almost works just as well without it. I don't know. So this is kind of this shape that I want here. So how can I make that shape actually? No, it's like this. No, no, no. Let's try this. It's gonna do it for us. It's so fun how you can make shapes out of like anything. So now we want to make sure this lines up perfectly, which I think my snap to grid is on. Okay, I think that's nice. Okay, I kind of think maybe these are just overlapping too much. So let's try this again. Let's figure out our colors. Break it up like this, so I'll have what it looks like on white and then on black or another color. I'm not sold on this pink. Like I said, I don't think it's like the cleanest color. So I really liked this as a starting point, but I don't like that with the black for some reason. I like it better with the white, but I think this needs to be darker then, so that it really shows up more. That's kind of nice. Okay, this turned out way different than I expected. It definitely leans more fresh and clean than it does fun and quirky. I didn't really go with the cut paper look at all, but that's okay. I think it's okay to evolve away from the mood board, especially when this is just for fun. So this is kind of what we came up with. I am going to mock these up later on, so I'll show you at the end for the final reveal. But for now, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now I'm moving on to Fitbit. Since Fitbit is like an athletic company, tech company, I wanted to go for something a bit more futuristic and kind of like new, but also keep with an encouraging and consistent brand. So the typeface that I thought might be cool for this is this SF Mono. So what I'm gonna do is try to manipulate this a good bit and see what we can do with it. So I really like, from my inspiration pictures, I really like sort of this capped off look. I also like the sheared look of this, so let's just see kind of where we can take this. I kind of like where that's going. So now what I was thinking was doing some sort of circle element like this to either go above it or behind it. So let's see what we can come up with for that. So if I want to be able to resize it, I'm going to have to outline these so that they're not stroked. So outline, stroke, merge those together. Okay, I'm thinking maybe keep it simple with this, and then we'll do like maybe a background gradient. Okay, so I'm using this like freeform gradient thing, and we're just gonna mess around here. So I'm gonna start with these colors since I know that I like them. Okay, I really like this lockup. I'm not like totally sold on these yet, but I might play around and then come back to it and I'll show you guys the final result. All right guys, I'm back for this third logo. We're going to be tackling Thrive Market. And yeah, it's been a couple days, but I put on the same sweatshirt for the sake of continuity. So let's get into this. I think for Thrive Market, what I want to do is really lean into like the ethical, earthy farmers market kind of vibe. I have a lot of inspiration pictures that are really like organic looking. Like we have a lot of this like brown paper bags and greens and just really kind of organic earthy colors. So I want to do that, but I also want to make it kind of fun and different. So let's see what we can do. First, I'm just going to type out Thrive. And then there's a font that I downloaded recently. Let's see. Actually, a couple different ones from this type designer, which I'll put up on the screen because I can't remember what their name is right now. But I think this could work really well for Thrive. Let's see what it looks like in all caps. Yeah, these are cool. I really like it because it has like a texture to it. You can see it's like kind of uneven and imperfect, which I think is cool. So yeah, I think I want to use something like this. So far this is really simple, but I am just gonna drag it over here as an option, and then we'll go in and kind of manipulate some of this. So I'm just going to create outlines, and let's see, I'm giving myself this background color just to kind of set the mood a little bit better than stark white. I may end up going with something different, but I'll just lock that out and play around here. I really like these types of little illustrations. There's a lot of like eye shapes that I was pulling in here, and like sun rays. I feel like the sun would be a good thing. Or like thriving, you definitely thrive, like plants thrive in the sunlight. So I feel like we could do something kind of with that theme. So yeah, I'm just gonna like play around with some of those ideas and see what we come up with. Okay, so if you didn't see what I just did there, for these strokes, first I chose a width profile that was a little bit different, so I chose this one. And then I actually went up to, let's see, Effect, Distort and Transform, and did Roughen. And this is literally like 1/4%. And I just wanted it to match with this texture better. So yeah, I'm kind of liking where this is going. I'm not sure if I need like a dot in the eye or if this sort of like negative space is alluding to it enough. So let's see, let's bring it back in and we'll just see what it looks like. So yeah, I actually kind of like it without, so we're just gonna play with that. Okay, so now as you can see, if I try to manipulate this at all, because I have like this texture and this style applied to it, and it's still a stroke, it won't really scale properly. So what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna go into Object, Path, Outline Stroke, and that way this turns into just like a vector. And so I can make it bigger and smaller and it will sort of maintain the same texture and effect that I've kind of perfected. So the reason I want to do that is because I now want to work on kind of like a secondary mark. So this is our final logo, but I want to do like something else too. So I'm going to take this T and I'm going to take this shape and I'm just going to play around and see if we can make like a little secondary abbreviation mark with this. Okay, and now it's time for the final reveal of these 3 wellness logos. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun with it. If you did like it and you like these types of behind the design or design with me videos, I do tons like this, so make sure to hit subscribe and let me know down in the comments what you want to see me redesign next. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!